Democratic Party files lawsuit alleging Russia, the Trump campaign and WikiLeaks conspired to disrupt the 2016 campaign. The Democratic National Committee filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit Friday against the Russian government, the Trump campaign and the WikiLeaks organization, alleging a far-reaching conspiracy to disrupt the 2016 campaign and tilt the election to Donald Trump. The complaint, filed in federal district court in Manhattan, alleges that top Trump campaign officials conspired with the Russian government and its military spy agency to hurt Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton and help Trump by hacking the computer networks of the Democratic Party and disseminating stolen material found there. During the 2016 presidential campaign, Russia launched an all-out assault on our democracy, and it found a willing and active partner in Donald Trump's campaign, DNC Chairman Tom Perez said in a statement. This constituted an act of unprecedented treachery, the campaign of a nominee for President of the United States in league with a hostile foreign power to bolster its own chance to win the presidency, he said. Senate investigators and prosecutors for Special Counsel Robert S. Mueller III are still investigating whether Trump associates coordinated with the Russian efforts. Last month, House Intelligence Committee Republicans said they found no evidence that President Trump and his affiliates colluded with Russian officials to sway the election or that the Kremlin sought to help him, a conclusion rejected by the panel's Democrats. President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin talk at a November 2017 summit in Da Nang, Vietnam. The president has repeatedly rejected any collusion or improper activity by his campaign. This week, he referred again in a tweet to the phony Russia investigation where, by the way, there was no collusion, except by the Dems. Suing a foreign country may present legal challenges for the Democrats, in part because other nations have immunity from most U.S. lawsuits. The DNC's complaint argues Russia is not entitled to the protection because the hack constituted a trespass on the party's private property. The lawsuit argues that Russia is not entitled to sovereign immunity in this case because the DNC claims arise out of Russia's trespass onto the DNC's private servers, in order to steal trade secrets and commit economic espionage. The lawsuit echoes a similar legal tactic that the Democratic Party used during the Watergate scandal. In 1972, the DNC filed suit against then-President Richard Nixon's re-election committee seeking $1 million in damages for the break-in at Democratic headquarters in the Watergate building. The suit was denounced at the time by Nixon's Attorney General, John Mitchell, who called it a case of sheer demagoguery by the DNC. But the civil action brought by the DNC's then-chairman, Lawrence F. O'Brien, was ultimately successful, yielding a $750,000 settlement from the Nixon campaign that was reached on the day in 1974 that Nixon left office. The suit filed Friday seeks millions of dollars in compensation to offset damage it claims the party suffered from the hacks. The DNC argues that the cyber attack undermined its ability to communicate with voters, collect donations and operate effectively as its employees faced personal harassment and, in some cases, death threats.